a proud mother to see so many Sahajogis. And one must understand that even if you get few people as newcomers, they may be few, but one has to realize that each one of you is now a realized soul. Each one of you have grown so much that you can create a nucleus yourself, and after growing in a collective way together, now individually the seedlings have become strong shoots now, and they can definitely be transferred into different places and work, because each one of you is a prophet. So I wonder if you realize it or not. Of course, you have got the joy of realization, the bliss, everything you have got. You have grown up to that. Slow and steady, you have achieved it. And as you have grown as a tree now, every one of you is so important and so powerful. I know that few people coming in a collective way, and you find it difficult in the beginning how to deal with them, because they are still not grown enough. They are still not up to the point where they really realize their own importance. But you should all understand your own importance and your own quality that you have achieved. In any other so-called fake organizations, for example, say, take a church, there's only one priest. In the whole locality, there is one priest, though he doesn't know anything about it, doesn't matter. But still, there's only one person who is authorized even by church. Everyone has to listen to one person. But here, now, you all are dynamic people. Each one of you is capable of giving a good lecture. Of course, all of you can give realization very well, no doubt about it. In all your groups, you must try standing on your own legs. Try in your own groups. Think of all the dimensions into which you can shoot up. Because now you are ready. You are now the prophets. You don't have to depend on anyone as such. Or you don't have to depend on your fellow beings also for that. Individually you can do it, though you are connected with each other. You all understand the same language, you have got the truth together, and you are all together. But the dynamism must come individually into you, and every one of you in your own sphere, in your own line, can work it out. Because you know all about Sahaja Yoga. Now those who are half-baked may not. They still are rationalizing maybe something, doesn't matter. They will also be alright. But as far as you all are concerned, you are all prophets. And as prophets, you must stand. Wherever you go, you talk of Sahaja Yoga. Tell them that this has come to us. This is the light. We know everything. I mean, you don't have any doubts about it, is it? But the trouble is that you feel that the others may not understand. They are stupid people, they are foolish people, or they are ego-oriented, or they are aggressive, or they will do this to you, or do that to you. It's true. But you must know that there's not only one person who's fighting it out. There are thousands all over the world who know your language, who know your thing, They all know the same. So you are not alone fighting it out. Once you know that, then you'll be amazed how much power will start flowing in. The more you think about it, meditate upon yourself now, I would say, and know that you yourself, you are prophets. And then you see the dimensions into which, so many are my dimensions sitting here, I can see them. So in every field, in every walk of life, wherever you move, you have to talk about it and tell them. Now, there are certain things, we have made certain rules and regulations for Sahaja Yogis. That is just to see how many are really half-baked and how many are full-baked. That's how we have made certain rules and regulations. Because those who are really full-baked will accept them without any difficulty. They are absolutely there. Now, as it is, we know there are many categories of people who come to us. The people who are top class get into Sahaja Yoga without any difficulty. They are top class. They achieve their powers, they assume their powers, they start asserting their powers, they just become. Like we say, we have the complete pattern of the ring with us, and only we have to put the diamond there. You find the diamond, all right. They just settle down with it. But some people, even after realization, go a little bit beside that. Doesn't matter. They'll all come round. But those who are top class people are still, I must say, quite a lot. I mean, I can tell you, I know so many gurus who are real gurus, not these. And real you forget, the fake you forget, but the real ones also, they haven't got a single one like that. Not even a single person. Like Gagangad Maharaj, he told me very frankly. He said, I said, why don't you give realization to them? He said, who gave me realization? I had to work very hard, this, that. Alright, I said, you had a guru who gave you realization. So as a guru, it's your duty to give. And he said, I've given it to one person. I worked on it for 25 years. I cleared his agya, cleared everything, gave him. And what is he doing now? He said, now you'll meet him mother sometime. You must see this fellow, he's horrible. And he's the one who is now making money, running after him. After realization, after 25 years of his work, he said, I have nothing to do with this man. Now this fellow was called as Anna Maharaj. I said, all right, I'll have a look at him if he comes to Bombay. So he came to Bombay and one of my disciples had invited him to his house. She's quite a rich lady. And she said, Mother, Anna Maharaj has come and you had told that you would like to meet this man, so he's come here. Went there, he of course touched my feet, all right. But he was smoking in my presence, just imagine. He touched my feet and sat down. He said, he started talking ill of his guru, first of all. The one who worked on him for 25 years, can you imagine? I mean, you are very kind people, you don't talk ill of me. I have not worked for 25 years on you. And look at it, he was talking ill of his guru. And he said that, you see, my guru, why should he go to Bombay? Now what is the need? Because this fellow was making money in Bombay, so he didn't want his guru to go there to tell against him. And why should he go to Bombay? He should not leave his place. He was all right on top of the mountain. What was the need for him to come down, and all sorts of things he was talking. I said, really? That is your guru? You are not to talk enough. He said, but this is true. He need not have left the place, you see. And he was still smoking. I said, all right, now I have to go. With so many women around him, pressing his feet, this, that, taking a lot of milk and enjoying himself and smoking and talking in a very condescending manner. His so-called disciples. Poor things, they were simple people, you know. I said, all right, I have to go now. So you just put some, I'll give you some kumkum on your forehead. So I took some kumkum, put it on his forehead. So Agya was just burning. Oh, absolutely my biggest worry. That's all. Now, I said, all right, now can you? I'm going now. You put some on my forehead. And I sucked his finger inside. He couldn't move it, just like that. He said, leave me, well, I'm sorry. I said, now, you just promise you'll not talk ill of your book. Then only I'll leave you. He said, oh, all right, please. So I left the briefing. But see now, the Sahajogini lady who was there, who has been saved from so many problems because she was a clairvoyant person. To her, he told a lie, a complete lie. He said, I was giving power to mother. See, they saw it from a distance. So I was shaking because I was giving power. No, he was shaking, he was giving me power. But this lady should have understood that when you shake, it means there's something wrong with you. And she said that now, I will give you also such powers as gave it to mother. That time it was just the beginning of Sahajayoga, I should say, quite beginning. So now you better have a yagya. Oh, for that, all of you must bring 1.25 tola of gold. That's about 10 grams. And give it to me. That was the beginning of the end. All their money, all their property, everything he sucked in somehow. And his sister, her sister met me when I was traveling once from Delhi to Bombay, and she just fell at my feet and started crying. I said, what's the matter? She said, mother, this fellow has looted us. I said, who? The Anna Maharaj. I said, how? But that day you saw him shaking. That's the thing. So, how she was befooled by this fellow who told him a complete lie. If she had seen the vibrations of this man, it would have been alright. And this is what Sahajogis forget. They are prophets, they have their powers. But their power is their spirit, is their vibration. And they forget it all the time that we have got a new awareness, vibratory awareness. We have to judge everything on vibrations. And that's the only failing point of all the prophets. If it is untrue, I am very innocent, I am very simple-minded. I just don't understand things at all. You see, I don't know the crookery of man, how he goes round and tells lies and this. But on vibrations, I know what it is like. Absolutely. You may tell me any stories with all your cookery, with all your intelligence and all your special sharpness. I know what you are up to because only I know what vibrations. But otherwise, I am very simple. I can't rationally or anything I can understand. But by vibrations, I know where you are. In the same way, you develop your vibratory awareness, its sensitivity, and try to understand things through vibratory awareness. If you can do that, then you will be perfect prophets. You will be perfect prophets. Now, among ourselves, also you will find there are people who are not up to the point. Such people should never be trusted. Should never be trusted. Because they are half-baked. They might become negative, they might become positive. So they should not be trusted and they should be treated with little reserve. Once they become alright, then you can take them into your own fold. For example, recently a girl married somebody who is a great Sahajayoga. Now because he said he loved her and all that nonsense, so I said, "Order Baba, you marry her." But I knew that this one is no good, but what to say? And then this lady tried. Actually, she travelled with me and she tried even to clutch my heart. With the boots she had, absolutely. Twice she did. So cunning. The spirits are so cunning in her. When she went back to Australia, see, she put up a show in such a way that, oh, she is so insecure and her husband doesn't care for her and this and that. And the whole of that ashram, just imagine, would have been lost. But I knew something was happening, so I trunk called. Immediately I found out, I told them now. See her vibrations. They said, Mother, we don't find anything wrong. That means they never saw her vibration to begin with. Because what happens once vibrations are lost, you can't feel. She has engulfed all of them so much that they couldn't feel anything about her. Can you imagine? Then rationally I asked a question. Can you replace Warren for his wife? They got the first. So one has to be very, very alert about it. Extremely alert as to these people who are half-baked. They will always try to pull you down. Half-baked people will always try to pull you down unless and until you are firm enough to pull them up. Because they are not doing it, they are not aware of it, but they are under the possession of these people. And when they do something, they try to do all anti-God activity. Another one I'll tell you was in Geneva. In the beginning, I don't tell openly about a person. As far as possible, I don't tell openly because it's not proper. Give them a chance, they'll come up, it will work out. Doesn't. I can manage. But when the nuisance becomes a collective thing, then one has to talk about it openly. You see, because these people will go to one person, say something, another person something, third person something. So you have to be very alert. And they are not aware of it. That's the best part of it. They are not aware what they are doing. Like this lady in Geneva would go and ask him, what do you think about Mr. X or Mr. Y? Alright? So you would say something. If you are negative, she would catch hold of it. Day before yesterday, I was very happy when Ray told me something good about Pamela. He said Pamela is a very artistic lady. When you start seeing good points in others, it gives me pleasure, it gives me happiness, it gives me joy. But if you start seeing bad points in another, I don't like. Sometimes, of course, when I also test you on that. Sometimes I say something, you see, deliberately I'll say, alright, something wrong with Ray. I may say. I know whether it is wrong or right, just to judge how far you can judge that person. Then, if you say supporting to the right thing that he's doing, then I know that you are right. I like it. I appreciate you. I really adore you for that. That whatever is the truth you should tell me, because I know the truth. But I just play around with you to see what you think of another. So try to see the good point in another. But on one point, you should understand, if a person is quarrelsome, is trying to overpower. In Birmingham we have a problem like that, which I have not yet exposed or said so. Still I have kept a secret, but I am telling people that in Birmingham there is a problem. And that problem comes from one person who is not aware of it. I will talk to that person, tell that person that he should get rid of this problem. But if he does not, then I have to tell about it openly. Because I don't want Birmingham Center to be lost. We would have lost Geneva. I tell you, we would have lost it. Everybody went against each other. Big problems were created by one person. Though you are full baked, still you are not so collectively aware and appreciative of others as you should. You are all one. Not only appreciation, but you can't do without each other. So slow and steady, as the English character is, which is a very good character, but it can be very slow. Slow and steady, you must rise above your own shells and see the beauty of another Sahajayogi and see the point that are good in that person so that you imbibe. Some people have certain capacities, and surprisingly then I talked to Pamela about Ray and she praised him a lot, and that really made me extremely happy, though I must say Brighton may not have been so bright yesterday in the program. There were few people, but doesn't matter. This is very energy giving. See that Sahajogis appreciate it. Now somebody has a problem, say left-sided people always have a problem in my lecture, they go off to sleep. Naturally, they happen. It doesn't matter whatsoever. I'm working on them even if they are sleeping. When I work on them, I have to sleep myself to go into them. See? So that drag is there, doesn't matter, it will come out. There are ways and methods of how to work it out. But that's not so important to me. What is important is, are you sleeping towards your fellow men, fellow Sahajogis? Are you alert about it? They are just like your hands, eyes, nose, everything. You are all one. You cannot do without each other. Because you are the only people who have now got the eyes to see. You are the only people who are aware. We are not few. Think that we are very few. See, maybe the other gurus, they might get thousands of them. They are useless. As they go, they come out, maybe added up tails and horns they might have. But they are not aware. And you are aware. On one side, you have to pull out the people who are not aware so much. On the other side, you have to appreciate people who are more aware. And this is what one has to understand. Little less than what. I have to tell you, you should say with little more. If you have to make the boo, you see. Say little more than you can say, because whatever you say is not more. This is infinite. But it should not be also so much that they can't bear it, like Warren had an experience, which I told him only tell the Sahajogis, don't tell anybody else because they'll never do. There was no petrol in his car and he had to go for a propaganda. And he went wrong. And he did all his propaganda for 8 days, and when they came back, the petrol was not available. The petrol pump, the fellow said, your petrol is full, why do you want to have petrol? Why not? That can be done. But don't tell anybody else, because they'll just say it's a spoken good story, you see. See, you have heard the story of the bread and the fishes. Because in the Bible it is so, we believe it. Why not today? You have seen so many things happening like that. I mean, so many things in your own lifetime. But all these things, if you tell them, they won't believe. So, your wisdom is in believing that you are in the realm of God and He is Almighty. And that He is going to give you everything that you want and aspire. People won't believe it, I know. But it's true. Whatever is desired, you can give. But if you tell people, they won't believe. But as far as Sahajayoga is concerned, you have to make a statement which is not reserved but open, with confidence. The diffidence that is put into it because of this training is not. With confidence. Yes, it is so. It is so. This is what it is. Like first when I went to India, around by such an elderly lady, an Indian lady, they feel little shy about her. She's the one with full hand up in the air. She was shouting, "Bolo Mataji Nirmala Devi." And Modi looked at him. He couldn't raise his hand. He was a little shy. She went twice and then she lifted his hand and said, "What's the matter with you, tall man? Why God has given you height for what? Raise your hands only." A poor fellow yet to raise. So that's what it is. Have boldness. Have complete confidence in yourself that you are realized souls, that you are prophets. Not to be upset or worried about things, but you are prophets now. Assumption. In Sanskrit it is said Raj. That is, energy is permeate. Viraj. Means enjoy that energy. Viraj. Ra is energy. Viraj. Means you enjoy that energy of that throne. Consume it. You are the kings now. Behave it. It is not arrogance at all. A person who is a king is never arrogant if he is a real king. See, if they are borrowed kings, then it's different. But if they are real kings, they can never be arrogant. So with that special type of royal behavior, you will attract. It's not putting up show. It's you are. On the contrary, this is the reservation you are having. For what? You need not dress up like beggars or not like dandies. But your dress should be such that you are a king. Not bothered. And you'll be amazed. It will work. You are the people who have the greatest of mind. Time and company. And also I know your language. I have given more speeches in English than in my own mother tongue or in Hindi. Can you believe it? And so many Indians now who did not much care for English after independence are trying to learn English now, and they are afraid that one day English may replace Sanskrit the way mother knows English. So I have to make a very, very simple request to you that assume your power, assume. You are no more slaves. You are realized souls now. With this personality, you will really enhance the beauty of Sahaja. Unless and until there are flowers on the tree has no root. And the flowers have to be up. They don't hide. Have you ever seen any flower hiding itself? They covered the whole of the body of the trees and fragrant, assuming their own flowers. And the fragrance spreads. Everybody knows the flowers are up. All the bees are out. That's how you have to assume your powers. Inside, outside too. Not only inside, outside. And they'll be amazed at your confidence, at your compassion, at your capacities, and the greatest of all, the complete vidya, the complete knowledge of Sahaja, the complete knowledge of Kundalini, the complete knowledge of divine, which you have. Alright? way you want. Devi, come on. You have names and things and markers. Sonu also knows Sanskrit. Oh, yeah. Both are learning Sanskrit. अगर संस्कृत में तो समझ में थोड़ी आता है. आपने कहा कि संस्कृत में है. संस्कृत को बोरिंग लगता भी पता चलेगा संस्कृत के फायदे क्या है सहयोग में. है ना? पढ़ेंगे अभी. तुम भी देखो क्या है. साथ में पढ़ते जाओ, वो पढ़ते जाएंगे.
Should we all those who haven't done your Puja before?
Alright, but not absolutely new. Not absolutely new, but those. I mean, if they want to do it, it's alright. But you see, the problem is they're absolutely new. But in France, it's
Some people who've come from overseas who have done your Puja. Some people who've come from outside and may not have done your Puja.
outside from it.
Yes, there's a gentleman from Devon.
Is it? Good. It's nice. And also, you see, in France, it really clicked. We had the puja next day and we called those people who got realization. And they really clicked. You see, they were very sensitive because they are very serious people. They understood the meaning. And not only these Algerians, these Muslims, how good they were. Absolutely top class. Top class people, you know. What's his name? That lawyer?
The Algerian one,
Huh?
Mr. Aichalal.
Huh?
Aichalal.
Achala.
Chala.
Aichala. He's a wonderful man, isn't it?
Very good.
His wife, and he said, this is the resurrection time. What is there to question? Absolutely, he's there. And he's a lawyer. His wife also.
Yes. And I've talked to so many people in Algeria.
Actually, he brought 14 people by plane. Yes. Alright. So if the new people do not form any barrier, it's alright. They can come and wash my feet. It helps always. But if you have barriers, don't do it. Just don't do it. See, it doesn't help me, it helps you. Some people think that by washing my feet, I can save one washing or whatever. So it's a privilege, and if you have to do it, you should do it. Is good for you. Immediately settle down into your realization. So those who are new people can come, and you have to wash my feet first of all. They understand so much. My grandchildren, they understand the protocol so much. I took out my socks and put on top of the head of Pusta. They understand so much. Nick was telling me that we have to learn from shown you so many protocols. She took it out for me today. She said for Puja I will leave it. I think I'll leave it. So, those people who are new, please come. They should do the puja. They have the privilege. Not the one who has come from Devon. Wait. Come along. Come along. Come along. Good. And from Brighton, who are the people who should come and wash my feet. That's the best way to settle you down into your realization.
Out of the middle.
Yes, with the first. They understand the privileges. Very good. I think Paul, you think I will wash? I think better wash. That's good. By the way, whom did I give that thing I had brought for you, that silver thing? Wash my feet. Whom did I donate it? Did I give it to you people?
I don't remember that.
Which silver thing, Mother?
The big thing.
Quite a while ago, was it?
No, recently. Ask Marcus. Marcus, we had that silver thing, big thing.
Another?
Big thing like this.
For washing the food. You have the big one with all the Puja things on it, Mother.
Which one?
This one here.
No, not that. It was from England only.
You tell me if I
It may
shake
have
that
been
too.
to
Huh?
Be careful.
gave it to Nightingale Lane, I think,
If
Mother.
I shake those, tell me.
Nightingale Lane.
You gave... No?
Must be there.
You gave me one at your house, Mother, to give to
Huh?
Nightingale Lane.
Oh, big one.
Yeah,
There's only the bumps on the side.
No, that's bad.
Did I?
yes, Mother.
Where is it?
Nightingale Lane.
You must bring that. See, that's a very good one. It's surprising that I had it with me. This was from England and I brought it back to you. Made in England. Can you imagine? In Sheffield. So I brought it back to you that you can use it.
We do
So
use it
next
every
time
day,
you bring
Mother.
that because stainless steel is not so good as that thing. Alright, doesn't matter. So now, you will say the mantra.
You can sit with me.
With Shri Ganesha first of all. That is all.
Thousand
Thousand of Shri Ganesha. I should do that.
Ganesha.
That's
This is the place to do it.
huh?
This is the place to do it.
So some you do it on my feet. On my feet too should be little bit of the stotra should be said.
I'll do 180.
Yoga? Alright, but he has got a translation which is very good. And that one. Let him read this translation of because this is for the new people. This is the Shri Ganesha who incarnated as our Lord Jesus Christ. And this was written 14,000 years back. It's been translated so you see now how his coming was already there and how the things that are written in here show the complete picture of Christ, which he is, which people do not know. You see, they talk of Christ, Christ, Christ. What Christ is? Let's see. Now, David, can you stand up and read it? Oh, that's all right. Call it. Just call it. Now, who will? Why don't you ask somebody to read because we can keep up. Or
Jeremy.
Jeremy, read it loud. Now, where is who will help? Marcus, I think you are. Where are all the them? There, that side. So you come this side. Marcus, you come this side. So you have to hand over to them. फिर आओ यहाँ पाँव धोने को, बच्चों को भी लेके आओ. Let all the children to wash my feet. Let the children do it first. That's better. Shona, Tuma. Let Olympia come in. Olympia, come here. Come, come. Come. Now go and sit down. You have to wash my feet. Right? Everybody has to wash my feet. Come along. Now sit down here. Everybody is going to wash my feet. Right? Like this. Now come along. Put the water. Ravi, sit down. Take out your shoes. Take out shoes. यार पजामा कुर्ता पहन sit down, sit down. पूरी अंदर जाएगा. Sit down, sit down, sit down. Sit down here. Just like that. Sit down. Now will you sit down? Sit down. Sit down. Now put the water. Come along. You put the water. Just come along. Now see everybody is doing it. Come along. Aha, aha. Who will do it? Oh, all right. Right. Even that hand. Where is that? 80? Just call. Right hand. No, don't cry, don't cry. Don't cry. Where is Katie? Call Katie. Now wash it, wash it. Nice, come along, come along, come along. She can do. She can do. She's big now. She can do. Good. So, this is what. All right, all right. It's all right now. See, the pool is coming. Good. Come along, Katie, come along. Katie has come, see. Now Katie has come. Come along, Katie. Huh? Come along, Katie, you do it.
Let our eyes hear that which is true. Let our eyes see that which is pure. Let our beings praise that which is divine. And let those who listen hear not my voice, but the wisdom of God. Let us worship with the same song, the same strength, and the same knowledge. And let our meditation enlighten and enrich. Let there be amongst us compassion and peace. Now the prayer. Salutation Shri Ganesh, Sakshat Shri Jesus, Sakshat Shri Nirmala Devi, Namo Namaha. It is you who is the beginning of all beginnings. It is you who are the doer of all deeds which have been done, are being done, and will be done. It is you who supports all things that are supported. It is you who protects all things that are protected. It is you who is the complete, all-pervading Spirit, God's divine energy. Think clearly, brain. Speak only the truth. Let your presence in us speak. Let your presence in us listen. Let your presence in us bless.
You see, this is what is the point. That when you get realization, the spirit is awakened, that is Christ. And that you listen. His presence in you. With that you listen. Means with the spirit. See the point. That's what he said, the comforter will come and he will, or she will, whatever it is, will make you comfort in such a way that you will reside forever in my heart, or will remember my Father forever. That's the spirit.
Let your presence in us protect. Let your presence in us, your disciples, be the disciple. You are all literature.
No.
You are the ability to understand the literature. You are the divine combination of complete truth, complete happiness, and complete energy. And you are more. You are all knowledge, and you are the use to which the knowledge is put. You exist until the end of all things, and after the end of all things, you are. You create the end of all things, and after the end of all things, you remain indifferent. You are the earth, you are the water, you are the fire, you are the air, and you are the space above the air. You are the gunas, and you are beyond the gunas. You are the body, and you are beyond the body. You are the essence of time, and you are beyond time. You and only you exist at Muladhara Chakra. You are the spirit, and you are beyond the spirit. All those who would join God meditate upon you. You are Brahman, Vishnu, Rudra. You are Indra, Agni, Vayu. You are the sun at noon, and you are the full moon. Through all these and more, you are the all-pervading energy of innocence and wisdom. You are the divine servant who stoops to wash the feet of saints. You are the tiny core of all things without which the larger have no purpose. You are the key to the libraries of all the scriptures without which the truth is hidden.
That's the spirit, you see? See now, clearly.
You are the full stop which completes the sentence, and without which the sentence loses its meaning. You are the crescent moon. You are the stars, and you are beyond the stars. All things, from tiny dot to universe, is you. You are in the future, and beyond the future. You are in all forms. You are where the sounds combine. You are the silence between the sounds. You are the rhythm of all music, and all prayers. This is the knowledge of Nirmal Ganesh, and you, Nirmal Ganesh, are the master of all that knowledge, and all knowledge. You are the God, and you are the Goddess. Om Gam Nirmal Ganapataye. To your powers, Ganesha, let all surrender. You are the left side of memory, and the right side of action. Let them surrender to you, and let your enlightenment prevail. Your first tooth you have, and 4 hands, one holding a rope, the second a goad, the third is raised in blessing, and the fourth offers sustenance. Your banner is that of a humble mouse. You have long ears, and are clothed in red. Red decorates you, and you are worshipped with red flowers. You have compassion for those who love you, and it is for those who love you that you come to this earth. You are the force that creates, the energy that pervades, and the spirit that protects. Those who seek union with God pray through you. Those who seek union with God worship you. Om Gayam Nirmal Yesuje. To your powers, Om Jesus, let all surrender. Let the left side of memory and the right side of action surrender to you, and let your enlightenment prevail. You are the word that was the beginning. You are the word that will be the ending. You are he who was born of a virgin and died on the cross. You are he who absorbs all sins and who died to live again. You are God and man, and you are worshipped with red flowers. You have compassion for those who love you, and it is for those who love you that you come to this earth. You are the force that creates, the energy that pervades, and the spirit that protects. Those who seek union with God pray through you. Those who seek union with God worship you. Shri Ganesha, salutation to you. Shri Jesus, salutation to you. He who is the beginning of all worship, salutation to you. He who destroys all the powers of evil, salutation to you. Sakshat, son of Lord Shiva, who is unending blessings, salutation to you. Om Sakshat, son of Mary Mataji, who is unending love, salutation to you. Om Sakshat, Mataji Nirmala Devi, who is unending joy, salutation to you.
What are those? You have never watched it, it's so great. Just think of that. Great. Now, you rub your hands. Just rub. Just rub. What? Rub hard. You have to rub your feet. See, my feet are perfect already. Nothing happens. Rub as hard as you
Names of the goddess Shri Lalita.
Now, stand up. Did you do it on this? Good idea. Can you put it for me?
There's no loudspeaker, Mother.
Huh?
No loudspeaker.
Alright, so you just stand. Translation, otherwise they don't understand.
Okay.
Ah, so you
Om Shri Matre Namah. Salutations to her who is the mother, the source of everything. Om Shri Maharajni Namah. Salutations to her who is the great empress, who rules everything. Om Shri Mat Singh Hasaneshwarye Namah. Salutations to her.
You sit down, better. Because Mother Earth is doing the work. Say loudly.
Om Shri Mat Singh Hasaneshwari Sachat. Salutations to the Queen, who is seated on a throne, which is supported with lions. Om Shri Chidagni Kunda Sangbudha Namaha. Salutations to her who comes into being from the pit of the fire of consciousness or attention. Om Shri Deva Karya Samudyata Sakshat. Salutations to her who emerges to do the work of the Devas, to help the Devas. Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Bhagavati Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi. Om Shri Udyat Bhanu Sahasrabhyay Namah. Sakshat Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi. One second, I'll say it here. Salutations to her who has the brilliance of 1,000 suns.
Now you'll be sure of it, alright? May God bless you. Sure. But just leave it at all.
Om Shri Chatur Bahu Samanvita Namaha. Salutations to her who has four arms with her. Om Shri Raga Swarupa Pasha Dhyat.
These are all the secrets of it. Alright, but you don't see that.
Salutations to her who holds in her hand
All the horrifying things you have chosen.
first one, Raga Swarupa means the form of passion.
Ra. Is to the gate. It means the one. Ra is the energy which permeates.
Salutations to her has the form of the energy that permeates. This is Rajaguna energy.
Raga Ra is energy of Radha.
Om Shri Krodha Karang Kusho Jvala Namaha. Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri. Salutations to her who is blazingly brilliant with the goad of anger in her hand.
Again, horrifying things. No. In the beginning, they'd say all horrifying things to settle you down. Right? That's how
They get better.
all right. All right, now go ahead.
Om Shri Mano Rupekshu Ko Danda Namaha. Salutations to her who holds in her hand a bow made out of sugar cane to attract her disciples to her.
Sugar cane, yeah.
Om Shri Pancha Tanmatra Sayakaye Namaha. Salutations to her who is the 5 subtle elements.
See the causal element.
The 5 causal elements.
Causal elements. See? Causal. Then matra are the causal.
Before they're combined.
Like
Pure.
the causal of the Mother Earth is fragrance. Fragrance is the causal of the Mother Earth.
Salutations to, in other words, salutations to her who is the beginning of all material existence.
Manifestation.
Om Shri Nijaruna Prabhapura Majhad Brahmanda Mandala Namah. Salutations to her whose own brilliant redness, which is dawning, engulfs all the circles of Brahman, in other words, all created
See the
existence.
emission of vibrations through the aura engulfs all the other auras into
All the mandala.
all the mandalas.
Om Shri Champak Ashoka Punaga Saugandhi Kala Sat Kacha. Salutations to her who has the fragrance of the champa flower, the ashoka flower, the punaka flower.
Makes a nice music.
Om Shri Kuru Vrinda Mane Shreni Kanat Koti Ramandita Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri. Salutations to her who has the red Kuruvinda jewel in her crown. Om Shri Ashtami Chandra Vibhraja Dalika Sthala Shobita. Salutations to her who has the Ashtami moon, the moon of the 8th day, on her forehead. Om Shri Mukha Chandra Kalankabha Murga Nabhi Visheshaka. Salutations to her whose its translations are not. Salutations to her who has a full moon. Murga Nabhi Visheshaka.
Huh?
Murga Nabhi.
Mriga Nabhi.
That is the navel of the.
That
Yeah.
means Kasturi. Kasturi.
Acha. Musk. Salutations to her who has musk on her, like the full moon.
She's full moon of musk.
So that is nectar.
They have tried to put all poetic ideas to describe something.
Om Shri Vadana Smara Mangalya Gahetto Rana Chilika. Salutation to her whose face is as beautiful as the palace of Kamadeva, and her eyebrows are like arches of that palace. Om Shri Vaktra Lakshmi Parevaha Chalan Ninabha Lochana. Salutations to her eyes are like fish which are moving, sparkling in their movement through the auspicious ocean of auspiciousness.
See, the thing is, the difference is beauty and auspiciousness. Auspiciousness is the face, see, that gives you Shubha. Shubha means that brings good luck. The face you see brings you good luck. That is known as auspicious. Of course, I mean, modern people don't believe in such a face like that. That there could be a face, but there can be a face which, if you see, then it brings you good luck. Auspicious.
Om Shri Nava Champaka Pushpabha Nasa Ganda Virajita. Salutations to her whose nose is like a very newly blossomed champak flower. Om Shri Tara Kanti Tiraskari Nasa Bharana Bhasura. Sakshat Shri Shakti Bhagavati Mataji Shri. Salutations to her, the diamonds of whose nose outshine even the stars.
That's why I don't wear anything.
Om Shri Kadamba Manjari Kapta Kanapura Manohara. Salutations to her who wears a bunch of Kadamba flowers near her ears, which completely attract the minds of devotees. Manohara.
No, Manohara means it
Entrancing.
becomes the joy of Brahmati. So Sahaja Yoga enjoy the beauty of those flowers which she wears. Because of vibrations. It's that. See, the simple thing is that anything you touch becomes vibrated, and if you see that particular flower, you are more happy because it has vibrations. Vibration is the one which only gives this.
Sukshma level, much neither the two grantees. The Sukshma level, neither
Yes,
the two
there are
grantees.
two.
Om Shri Tatanka Yuga Libhuta Tapano Jupa Mandala. Salutations to her, whose sun and moon are her earrings, the signs of her married state. earrings of a lady are a sign of her devotion to her husband. Om Shri Padma Raga Shila Darsha Pare Bhavi Kapola Bhu. Salutations to her. Padma Raga Shila Darsha. Who's
Raga?
Padma Raga? That means that again the passion, this energy of the lotuses.
Lotus of
Padma Raga Shila Darsha. That means the beautiful Shila.
Shiva is the cat.
And the sight of that. Hare Bhavi Kapola Bhu. Bhavi Kapola Bhu.
Comes out of Kapola. The description Kapola is this part. So this is the part they are describing.
Salutations to her, the top of whose head, the Ekadasha Rudra Shakti, gives off the energy of the lotus, the permeating energy of the lotus. Translations
See, Padma Raga. Padma Raga is the fragrance of a lotus. This is Raga, is the energy of the lotus. It's coming out of her forehead. From his Kapala is Kapola. Kapola is, I'm sorry. This is Kapala, this is Kapola's cheeks. The energy that flows from the cheeks is the energy of the Raga. This Raga actually means love, compassion of a lotus.
Om Shri Nava Vidruma Bimba Shri Nyakari Radana Chada. Salutations to her, whose
Like the new leaves. New vidrum is new leaves, you see, like the new leaves.
Nyakari Radana Chada.
Vidar.
Radana
Shata.
Chada. Chada.
What is the translation?
They say your lips are redder than the bimba coral. So,
It's a very big thing, but it's very poetic. It's
Salutation.
rather embarrassing. It's rather embarrassing. All right.
Salutations to her, whose red lips put the coral and the bimba fruit to shame.
Huh?
Salutations to her, whose lips are redder than the reddest things in creation.
Like the new leaves of that color. See, the color of her new leaves is very pinkish red, isn't it? So her lips are of that color, which will put shame to even those newly born leaves, pink ones.
Om Shri Shuddha Vidyang Kurakara Vija Pankti Vayojvala. Salutations to her, whose double row of teeth blaze with light, like the Vayojvala. Blaze with light.
Yes, but they are the controller of the Nirmala,
Shuddha. Of the
Shuddha Vidya, pure knowledge.
very purest knowledge.
Teeth are the manifestation, they manifest pure knowledge.
With Yankura, the two
Yeah.
shoots of
Yankura, the tributes of all the Vidyas.
So her teeth are like the roots or the
Oh,
shoots,
primules.
the primules of all the pure knowledge in the universe. Om Shri Karpura Vita Kamoda Samakarshi Digantara. Salutations to her, the fragrance of whose face, due to camphor and betel,
Camphor is to be of and betel is to be which I don't use.
but they produce fragrance, and that fragrance encompasses the whole, permeates the whole universe. Om Shri Nija Sanglapa Madhurya Vinir Hatti Satkhat Chapi. Salutations to her. Sanglapa. Sanglapa. They said that your conversation is more sweet than
Sanlap. Sanlap means sun means auspicious. Alap. Alap is a report. Alap. Report. So, Madhurya you see, it's very bad. It's very embarrassing. You better read.
Salutations to her, whose own rapport is so sweet that it is like the music of the veena. That is very old.
No, that's what he's taking there. Like the music of veena. Divine music of veena.
The veena is the instrument of the goddess Saraswati. Also Lord Shiva plays.
Yeah.
So it is a divine instrument which is played by Lord Shiva and his sister Saraswati. Om Shri Mandasmita Prabhapura Majat Kamesha Manasa. Salutations to her, whose smile when dawning, like the dawning sun, completely overwhelms the mind of Lord Shiva. Om Shri Anakali Dasa Darshya Chibukta Shri Virajita. Salutations to her whose chin is beyond description. Om Shri Kamesha Bhatta Mangalya Sutra Shobhita Kandhara. Salutations to her whose neck is made beautiful and auspicious by the Mangal Sutra which has been tied by Lord Shiva himself. Om Shri Kana Kanga Jakeyura Kamaniya Bhujanvita. Salutations to her whose arms and legs are decked with bangles or bracelets of gold, which represent, there's two types of mantras, the Angada and the Keyura. Om Shri Ratna Graiveya Chintaka Lola Mukta Phalangvita. Salutations to her whose diamond necklace or necklace of jewels has gold and has pearls hanging from it.
See, in a subtler form, you must see all this. You don't see that, all those things. In a subtler form, diamonds are the things which radiate, they radiate. So, when they say that diamonds around her neck, it's not a question of wearing it outside. It's a question of radiating that love to the necklace. See, necklace is used. Now you are my diamonds in my necklace, so why should I wear any diamonds anymore?
Most of these names represent the form of the goddess in her cosmic form.
Cosmic. That's it. See, when she didn't have her own diamonds, the one that she created, she used to wear those diamonds, alright. But now you have living diamonds, so what's the need? They were used to radiate her power. Now you don't need anything. You are the one who are going to radiate the power. Right?
We are the ornaments of Mataji, that is what we should understand. That we should try and keep ourselves clean, so that we radiate maximum light and beauty. Self-cleaning jewels.
All built in.
Built in. Om Chum Eva Sakshat Shri Kameshwara Prema Ratna Mani Prati Panastane. Salutations to our Pratipana. Pratipana. Pana is emerald. Pratipanastan.
Pratipanna.
Pratipana.
Rana.
Pana. Pratipana. Pana. It breathes. Pana.
I think better not translate it. That's fun. It is more about the breast of the mother. Because the children are worried about the breast, so described it. It's better.
I'll translate it.
No, better not.
Okay. Om Shri Nabhya Lavala Romali Tafala
You see, this is written by people like Markandeya. And they described mother in and out. I don't know how they found the mother like that, you see, because they are children.
They were the mother's children.
You see, so they were the children, so the children know everything about the mother in and out. So it described the whole body.
Salutations to her.
He should be
Om Shri Lakshya Roma Latta Dhara Rasa Munai Yamadhyama. Salutations to her, whose waist is so beautiful that it is like a creeper, a slender creeper, which supports the whole universe.
It has to be really strong.
Has to be very strong.
Yes.
It has the beauty of a creeper supporting the universe.
There are 3 folds. Mother is still 3 folds. That's why it's called.
Om Shri Stana Bhara Dalan Madhya Pata Bandha Valit Raya.
Very embarrassing.
Salutations to her whose waist has 3 folds of skin, which look like 3 bands of gold. Om Shri Aruna Kausumha Vastra Bhaswat Tati Tati. Salutations to her who wears a sari of, at least who wears clothes of brilliant red silk like the dawn on her hips. Om Shri Ratna Kimkini Karamya Rashanna Dama Bhushita. Salutations to her, whose waist is adorned with a belt which has jingling bells studded with jewels and diamonds. That every time she moves, she gives sound to the whole universe. Om Shri Kamesha Jnata Saubhagya Madha Vorut Vayanvita. Salutations to her, who only Lord Kamesha knows as a husband.
Kamesha is he's the god of all the desires. Kama is desire. That's why he's placed in the heart.
Om Shri Manikya Mukuttakara Janudvaya Virajita. Salutations to her whose 2 knees are like crowns studded with rubies. Om Shri Indra Gopa Parikshipta Smaratu Na Bhajanghika. Salutations to her whose 2 legs are like the quivers of Kamadeva, studded with precious jewels. Om Shri Gudha Gulpa. Salutations to her whose ankles are hidden, representing her modesty. Om Shri Kurma Prasta Jayishnu Pradhanvita. Salutations to her whose feet are arched like the back of a tortoise. This is a description that is used to describe the beauty of women's feet.
Too much of an art. Can't wear modern shoes.
It also shines like that photograph yesterday.
Yeah.
Like that photograph in Patricia's house.
Yeah. Yes.
Dirty show. Om Shri Om Shri Nakhadidhi Isanchana Namad Janat Tamo Guna. Salutations to her whose toenails in their brilliance completely disperses the tamoguna or the inertia of her devotees. So from her feet comes the power that
You
overcomes
took a
lethargy.
photograph. You were there.
Many of them
No, but one of the photographs where they just saw the flames coming out of it.
in the Mahashivratri.
Mahashivratri.
Yes. Well, in many of Mataji's photographs, you will see the toenails shine, and that light is what overcomes the inertia of the left side. Om Shri Padadvaya Prabhajala Parakata Saroruha. Salutations to her. The light of whose feet, the brilliance of whose feet, 2 feet, overcomes even the lotus in its beauty.
You see, all this is being said because by saying these things, you excite these cows. See, they feel happy, they get excited. Now, it is nothing special for me because if it is mine, it's nothing special. It's just there. But one has to know that why you get realization so fast. Because must be something special about me. Why you got realization so quick? I look like you, behave like you, everything is like you. But there's something very subtle with it, which is very dynamic. And you must understand the cosmic nature of the mother. That's how it will explain how you all are getting realization, how you are giving realization to others. That's why all these descriptions are being given by the seers, who are of a very high quality beings. They are very subtler. The subtler you grow, the more you understand my powers and your own powers too. But it's such a mutual understanding. See, like the more you open your eyes, the more you see the sunlight. In the same way. But there must be something about me that you are getting realization, and that something is this description.
They say that the goddess is so great that even Lord Ganesha looks only at her feet, never looks up to see her face.
But not so, yogis are alright. They are excused. They are men more than any other deities, and they are treated like that. Because with children, you see, the deities also are very, 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 very kind. They know that they are on the stage, and they are to be looked after, and they are my favorite ones.
Another description is that Mataji's toenails, they do not need to be cut, because as the great gods like Indra, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva bow to touch her feet with their crowns, that keeps the movement of the jewels of their crowns keeps the toenails moving.
Yes, it's true. I seldom do that. Sometimes I think I have to, because when you people come on my feet, you are not Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshas. You should not get hurt.
We are not the crown.
And you don't have any crowns.
Om Shri Shinjana Mane Manjira Mandita Shri Padambuja. Salutations to her, whose lotus-like feet are adorned with jingling anklets
See, at the right time.
that are adorned with diamonds.
Of course, compared to diamonds.
Om Shri Marali Manda Gamana. Salutations to her, who walks very gracefully like a female swan, full of dignity and majesty. The swan is also the Vahana of Shri Saraswati Devi and represents the power of discrimination. So in her movement, every movement of her contains discrimination. Mahalavanya Shevati. Salutations to her, who is the ocean of very
Brighton married beauty.
who is the ocean of great beauty, the reservoir of great beauty.
Amila.
Om Shri Sarvaruna.
Brighton married lady.
Salutations to her, who is all redness, the redness of the dawn. Om Shri Anavadyangi. Salutations to her, whose limbs are faultlessly beautiful, all of whose parts, whose body is faultlessly beautiful. Om Shri Sarva Harana Bhushita. Salutations to her, who is adorned with every ornament. Om Shri Shiva Kamesha. Om Shri Shiva Kameshwaran Kastha. Salutations to her, who is placed on the lap of Lord Sadashiva, Lord Shiva, as his Shakti. Om Shri Shiva. Salutations to her who is auspicious, the auspicious wife of Lord Shiva. Om Shri Swadhina Vallabha. Salutations to her whose Lord is within her power.
Just imagine.
The meaning of this is that one can only approach the Absolute through Mataji. She is the gate.
That's the power. You see, even the control of the Shiva, Sadashiva, is in the hands of the Mother. Is not to that extent.
But you are the manifestation of his power.
It's true, but you see, my love is, compassion is quite a lot. Much more. I'm not wrathful. But if you people misbehave too much, then his wrath I may not be able to control. Then I have to witness the wrath. His compassion, his love, his innocence, everything is there, but stop. So be careful what you want.
Om Shri Sumeru Shranga Madhyastha. Salutations to her who is placed in the middle of the peak of the mount, of the beautiful mountain Meru. Meru is
So you see, actually in subtle form is this.
Sahasrara. Meru is Kailash also.
Uh,
The Tibetans call
I
Kailash.
think it is very big circle and
peak of
Kailash.
So this represents her form as the consort of Sadashiva, as the Adi Shakti
You
herself.
must see the pictures of Kailash. It looks like a human face, absolutely.
There are
So
three
wonderful.
little heads.
And three little heads. Can you see? Absolutely, clearly. And the vibrations, tremendous.
There was a slide showing, the first public slide showing of Mount Kailash by Mataji's son-in-law in Delhi. And the following day, there was a tremendous storm as cold winds came down from the Himalaya. For 3 or 4 hours it lasted. Tremendous storm.
And what about the day we had Shiv Puja?
Mahashivratri.
That day it was frozen completely.
Not only that day, Mahashi, but 3 or 4 weeks after the rain cold in Delhi. At the time when the summer should have been there. Om Shri Mana Gara Naika. Salutations to her. Naika. Naika means
Heroine.
heroine. Salutations to her, who is the heroine of the Shri Nagar, that is the Shri Chakra. The commander of the Shri Chakra, mistress.
Nayaka is the commander. Shri Chakra is the chakra with which the whole world is created. The creative chakra is Shri.
Om Shumaya Sakha Shri Chintamani Garhantastha. Salutations to her, who is placed in a mansion decked with the Chintamani jewel. The Chintamani jewel represents eternity. Chintamani represents eternity.
Yes, Chintamani is the jewels which emits the fulfillment of your desires. Whatever you desire, your worries, your desires are fulfilled by that jewel called Chintamani.
So she lives in a house of that.
Right.
In other words, she is the source.
She's the one who fulfills all your desires.
The source of all.
You must desire.
Om Shri Pancha Brahmasana Stitha. Salutations to her, who is placed on a throne of the 5 Pancha Brahmas.
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 5 Brahmas.
Those are the 5
Huh?
elements.
5 elements.
Which represents her as the mistress, seated above matter. She is both the mistress of it and she is seated on it. It is her throne, on which her beauty is shown, her greatness. Om Shri Mahapadmata Visangstha. Salutations to her, who is placed on the forest of great lotuses, which means salutations to her, who sits in the Sahasrara, in which all the lotuses of the chakras are represented. Om Shri Kadamba Vanna Vasini. Salutations to her, who lives in a forest of Kadamba trees. Om Shri Suddha Sagara Madhyastha. Salutations to her, who is placed right in the middle of the ocean of nectar, which represents her sitting in the middle of the Sahasrara.
Loudly.
Om Shri Kamakshi. Salutations to her, whose eyes fulfill all one's desires, and also which awakens desires. Om Shri Kama Dayini. Salutations to her who gives desires, who fulfills desires. Om Shri Devarshi Gana Sanghata Stuya Manatma Vaibhava. Salutations to her who is glorious
Ayavaha.
by
Vaibhava. Vaibhava is the glory.
Majesty. Salutations to her. Sanghata means groups.
Huh?
Sanghata, combined.
Combined.
Salutations to her whose glory Stuyam Mana. Stuyam Mana.
Manatma. Alright, what is translated? See, it is because of samasas. Vigraha is not correct, that's why.
The name, salutations to her whose gods and rishis
Atmanas.
are, yes,
Manatmas. The ones whose minds have become Atmas.
That's right.
Manatmanas.
salutations to her who's glorious, majestic, with the groups of gods and rishis who have become their own Atma. In other words, they manifest her glory.
They are her dignity, that's the point. That's her Vaibhav. Vaibhav means, you can say,
Majesty.
the majestic position. Something, Vaibhava can be, bangles can be my Vaibhava, means ornaments which add to her majesty. Vaibhavas.
These are the devas and the rishis.
Rishis are my Vaibhavas. See, now what I told you is true. You are my Vaibhava.
Om Shri Bandasura Vadho Yukta Shakti Sena Samanvita.
These Bandasur, this, what's his name is, yesterday that lady was entangled by him.
Muktanam.
Muktananda is Bandasur.
The Sura who ties you up.
Very difficult to get rid of this. Muktananda. She is the one who makes you absolutely bound. And he says, I am Muktananda.
The opposite. Salutations to her.
This lady is down with tuberculosis, but she can't give him up. She has both the heart scratching very badly. She is going down. She can't give up because he's tied. It's Bandasura. Bandasura has this quality. They knew how to tie up people. See, and even if they are dying, they cannot.
So salutations to her who is equipped with all the army of all the powers which is necessary to kill off Bandasura. Om Shri Sampat Kadi Samarudha Sindhura Vraja Sevita. Salutations to her who is served by a Shakti called Sampat Kari,
Sampatkari.
yes, who is mounted on a herd of elephants.
Sampatti means property and is represented by an elephant.
So hence Gajalakshmi. Om Shri Ashwarudha Dishthitta
Adhishthita.
Ashwa Koti Bhairavata.
This is the main point. See, Ashwa Koti. Crores of Ashwas. Ashwas means horses. So, white horses. Crores of them.
Salutations to her, who is surrounded by crores and crores of horses, mounted by armies of Shakti, led by their chief, Ashwarudha.
Do you know that?
Ashwarudha means mounted on a horse.
Ashwarudha.
Ashwarudha.
The ones who are on the horses, white horses, are representative of the Shakti, of the power, and they are the ones who are part of the color.
There are crores of them.
Crores of them. Crores.
Crore is 10 million.
Crores means 10 million one.
1 crore is 10 million. Om Shri Chakra Raja Ratharudha Sarva Yudha Parishkata.
It
Salutations,
starts shining when you put your foot in. Then it all starts shining.
salutations to her who is adorned or armed with all the weapons and who is mounted on a chariot of Chakra Raja, of the ruling chakra, the Shri chakra, ruling chakra. Salutations to her who is mounted on the chariot of the chief chakra and who is armed with all the weapons.
Is the action chakra is Shri chakra. So which one acts? Is the right hand Shri chakra.
Om Shri Gaya Chakra Ratha Ruda Mantrini Parisevita.
Gaya chakra. Gaya means by which you know. Gaya is by which you know. She is the one who is in possession of that center by which you know. Knowledge is right. Shri chakra.
Salutations to her who is served by mantrinis. Mantrinis are Shaktis who possess mantras.
Those who are served are the mantrinis. Your mantras are enlightened mantras. Whatever you say is mantra.
Mounted on the chakra, mounted again on the chariot of the Shri chakra. Om Shri Kiri Chakra Ratha Ruda Ganga Natha Paraskrita. Kiri Chakra. Kiri Chakra. Kiri Chakra.
Kri.
Kiri.
Kri. Kri. Yes, that becomes so. Kri is Karoti, sir. It's Shri chakra only.
Acha. Salutations to her who is the Danda Natha. Who is Danda is stick.
That is.
Who is mounted on the tree chakra again, and before whom goes the goddess of the stick, representing the power to punish as well as the power to guide, like the guru.
So Sahajogis must be careful, you see. Also. Little bit frightening.
Om Shri Jwala Malini Kakshipta Vahi Prakara Madhyaka.
Madhyaga.
Salutations to her who is in the center or who goes into the middle of a fortress like a blazing garland.
Blazing God.
Jwala Malini.
Jala Mali.
Like a blazing garland, which that represents your aura. That represents your aura.
Jala Mali, yes.
Om Shri Bhanda Sainya Vadho Jukta Shakti Vikrama Harshita. Salutations to her who is laughing with joy to see her Shakti is victorious over the soldiers of Bhandasura.
Horrible Bandasura.
Om Shri Nitya Para Kramatopa Nirikshana Samutsaka. Salutations to her who has watched the valor of the Nityas. Nitya means eternity. So it represents her as mistress of even eternity. Om Shri Bhanda Putra Vadho Jukta Bala Vikrama Nandita.
Now what is the valor of Nitya? Is crucifixion of Christ. Is the valor of Nitya. Because he is eternal being, so you can see him crucified. Otherwise, for a mother to see her child crucified is horrible. But because it is the valor of Nitya, that's the valor of Nitya.
Victory.
Valor of eternity. See the valor of eternity, how he is killed actually and he resurrected. See that valor is so beautiful.
We must know that the same thing is in us.
Yes, of course.
Om Shri Bhanda Putra Vadho Jukta Bala Vikrama Nandita. Salutations to her who is reverberating with joy at the victory of Shri Bala, who is about to kill the sons of Mandasura.
Bala is Kartikeya.
Means boy.
It's Kartikeya. And he kills, because at this point the Kartikeya works out, you see. At this point. And this is one, this horrible fellow Bandasur creates your
Om Shri Mantrinyamba Virachita Vishadanga Vadroshita Vadatoshita.
They are not going to give up. It's done or not? It's done now.
Salutations to her, who is glad over the destruction of Vishanga, accomplished by Mantrinyamba, the mother who possesses all mantras. Another aspect. Sakshat Shri.
That? No, still, so many things have to be done. Go on.
Om Shri Vishukra Prana Harana Varahi Virya Nandita.
Pamina, where are those ornaments I give?
Salutations to her, who is overjoyed when Varahi Devi, who is the Shakti of Lord Vishnu in his Varaha Avatara, victoriously or heroically removed the life of Vishukra, who is another Asura. This represents how Mataji is the mistress of all the Shaktis of all the great gods.
Where is that? Yes, where is both things are there.
Kameshwara Mukha Loka Kalpita Shri Ganeshwara. Salutations to her, who is the Shakti of Lord Ganesha, who was created by merely looking into the face of Lord Shiva. Mahaganesha Nirbhina Vignayantra Praharshita. Salutation to her, who is delighted and who loves at seeing Lord Ganesha destroying the blocks set by Vishukra. Om Shri Bhandal Surendra Nirmukta Shastra Pratyas Pravarshini. Salutations to her, who returns every salutations to her, who returns every weapon which is sent by Bandasura is returned by a weapon of her own. Not a single one escapes. Om Shri Karanguli Nakhotpana Narayana Dashakruti.
Karanguli.
Salutations to her
From her.
from her toenails. No, fingernails, Mataji. No, Karanguli. Fingernails.
Karanguli. Anguli is finger.
Achha. Salutations to her, from whose fingernails the 10 avatars of Lord Narayana emerged. Om Shri Mahapashupata Pragnir Nirdaghasura Sainika. Salutations to her, who with the Mahapashupata weapon destroyed the armies of the Asuras. The goddess is also Mahapashupati.
Pashupati is Shiva, and she is Mahapashupati.
Yeah. Pashupati also means mistress of all the animals.
Yes.
So this represents the power of the Tamoguna, because she is the mistress of all the animals, on the level of the subconscious.
Couldn't come really
Om Shri Kameshwara Kameshwarastra Nirdagha Madhandasura Shunyaka. Salutations to her who has burnt the city of Shunyaka of Bandasura using the weapon known as the Kameshwarastra, the weapon of Lord Shiva, or the weapon of his Shakti.
Burning the
City.
Oh man, tell me where's
just
your
like
van?
Rajneesh's city was burned.
Okay, come with me.
Om Shri Brahmopendra Mahendradi Deva Sanchitutta Bhai Bhava.
Puja is going on.
Salutations to her, whose glory, whose majesty is sung by
Okay, tell me where's
by the great gods such as Brahma, Vishnu, and Indra, and all the first primordial gods worship her glory and sing her praises. Om Shri Hara Netragni Samdagdha Kama Sanjeeva Naushadhi. Salutations to her who was the medicine that gave back the life of Kama Deva, who was destroyed by the fire of the third eye of Lord Shiva. Om Shri Srimad Vak Bhava Kuttaika Swarupa Mukha Pankaja. Salutations to her, the lotus of whose face is the Vagbhava Kuta of the Shri Panchadasi mantra. Vagbhava means the source of speech, the becoming of speech, words. In other words, from her face, all the speech which forms all the mantras, the Vedas, etc. emerge. So she's the goddess of speech. Om Shri Kantadha Kati Paryanta Madhya Kuta Swarupini. Salutations to her, whose body between the waist and the neck is known as the Madhya Kuta, or the middle part, the middle peak. But that also has an esoteric meaning. Om Shri Shakti Kutai Katapana Katyadho Bhaga Dharini. Salutations to her who bears the peaks or the parts of all the Shaktis in the body below her waist. Om Shri Mula Mantratmika. Salutations to her who is the spirit of the root spirit of the mantras, you can say. The very essence, the beginning of the mantra. Om Shri Mula Kuta Traya Kalebara. Salutations to her, whose body is formed by the three crowns of the root, which you can say represent the three gunas. Om Shri Kulam Vattai Karasika. Salutations to her, who enjoys the essence of the nectar of Kula. Kula means home of.
Kula is you can say,
Family.
Dynasty.
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 Family.
House.
So she enjoys the nectar of that. Mataji's Kula is all the Sahaja Yogas. Om Shri Kula Sanketa Palini. Salutations to her who nourishes and protects the symbolism, the banners, if you like, of all the Kulas.
See? It's very delicate. See, what are the symbols of, say, now Gavin has given me a little crown as a symbol of England. which I really look after today. Kept it very clear.
Om Shri Kulangana. Salutations to her, whose limbs are the kulas, the parts of whose bodies are the kulas.
Also, Kulangana is a word used for a lady who cares for the kula, means for the house, for the dignity of the house, dignity of the family, of all the dignity. She cares for the dignity of all the members of her family. To her, the dignity of her family is the most important.
Om Shri Kulantastha. Salutations to her who is placed within the kula, who's in the midst of her family. So
She enjoys that.
Yes. So she's the spirit of the family. Om Shri Kaulini. Salutations to her who is the mistress of the kula, who possesses the kulas.
Yes, another word is kaul. Kaul is a thing where they ask whether it is correct or not for the kula. That is, and if the flower falls on this side or that side, they say yes, kaul. Yes, that's the goddess has said yes. So kaulini. She's the one who is the, of course, the mistress of the kula, but she's the one who gives you yes and no.
Through
The
vibration.
indications which way to go.
Om Shri Kula Yogini. Salutations to her who is the yogini in the kula, who is the one who possesses yoga. Om Shri Akula Nama. And salutations to her who is beyond this.
Akula. Akula means the one who is beyond any disturbance. Kula also means banks of the river. Kula. So also can mean the one who has no banks.
In other words, unlimited. Om Shri Samayantastha. Salutations to her who is inside Samaya.
Samaya. Samaya means time. She is the one who knows the time. When to start puja, when to do what, she knows the timing. Because she is inside the time.
Om Shri Samaya Chara Tat Para.
This is very important.
This is the translation is not.
What is it?
They say she's pleased with Samaya Chara.
Samayachar. Samayachar means whatever is to be done in a particular time. For example, now in modern times, see, a particular that whatever is to be done, auspicious thing for modern times, one should do. For example, learning English is important. But apart from that, Samayachar means mannerism of a particular time. You see, certain mannerism of a particular time which is good, auspicious, must be done. Like putting the belt, see, while sitting in the car, you must put the belt. Samayachar, whatever it is. You see, for maybe it is not necessary. For example, if you give me some money, I need not put it in the bank. I can use all that up and say that I've finished. There's no sin for me. I can take away all your properties, everything. There's no sin. But I must do according to the time to prove what is good for you, how you should behave towards money, towards collectivity, and accordingly I behave. There is no need for me because I'm beyond it, isn't it? But Samaya, whatever is necessary for according to the time, and that's what you should understand. Not to be abnormal people, see, behaving in an abnormal way. Even I tell you that you need not put on this red thing because it may not be Samaya cool at this time. See, people won't understand. So you need not put on. It is wisdom to behave in a way that you look normal, you behave in a normal way, do something that is normal. But God need not. God, it is not necessary because He is beyond. But when you have disciples who have to come up, who have to deal with other people, they must know how to behave. Like to say thank you is not necessary for me, to you at all. You give me a glass of water, it's a privilege, alright? But I say thank you 10 times because you must also say thank you.
That way you are the teacher of what should be done.
Samayaku, Samaya.
Om Shri Mula Dharaika Nilaya. Salutations to her who is the only one who lives in the Muladhara.
Nobody can enter it.
Om Shri Brahma Granthi Vibhedanyaya Namah.
Brahma.
Salutations to her who unravels the Brahma Granthi. Om Shri Mani Puranta Ruddita. Salutations to her who appears in the Manipura, within the Navi Chakra.
See, you cannot enter inside the center unless and until your Kundalini rises. And the Kundalini is the representation of Holy Ghost. And she is the only one which can enter it. And also she resides. Devi resides there as Mahalakshmi or as Lakshmi in Manipur.
Rudita also means ascended, she who has ascended into it.
Yes, Rudra. Yes.
More than just entered, who has ascended. Om Shri Rudra Granthi Vibhedani. Om Shri Vishnu Granthi Vibhedanye Namah. Salutations to her who unravels the knot of Lord Vishnu.
Now see, without coming to Sahajayoga, you would not understand all these things, isn't it? Because it's not known to you that there are granthis within us, there are centers within us, that these centers are to be broken, then there's granthis are formed between the centers. All this knowledge is impossible. If you are not realized, what's the use of talking about it? Because you cannot see that. But in a person you can see that at a certain point you find it is between two centers, the Kundalini stops. See, there is the center, say, of Manipura and Swadhisthana. In between the two, the Kundalini stops. Now what is that? That is the Granthi of Vishnu. So that's a Vishnu Granthi Vibhedini. If you say the mantra of Vishnu Granthi Vibhedini, then only the Kundalini will rise. But before realization, before the movement of the Kundalini, it is what? It is just talk. It has no sense at all.
Om Shri Ajna Chakrantaralastha. Salutations to her who is within the Ajna Chakra.
Yeah. Ajna Chakra.
Om Shri Rudra
Antaral. Antaral means the innermost core. Antaral. In the innermost core of Ajna Chakra she resides.
Om Shri Rudra Granthi Vibhedani. Salutations to her who unties the Rudra Granthi.
Rudra.
Om Shri Sahasra Rambu Jarudha.
Sahasrarambuja means in the lotus of the Sahasrara. Arudha. She is bestowed upon that.
Ascended.
Ascend. Arudha. Alright. Actually, when you go onto a throne or onto a horse, is what you call
Mounting.
mounted. She's mounted upon. She's mounted upon.
Om Shri Suddha Sarav Varshini. Salutations to her who rains the essence of nectar on people. Who is the rain of nectar. Om Shri Datti Datta Samaruchi. Salutations to her who is dazzling like lightning, brilliant like lightning. Om Shri Chat Chakropari Sanstitha. Salutations to her who is placed, who is not just placed, but actually is a seat above the 6 chakras. Om Shri Mahashaktiyai Namah. Salutations to her who is the great power, the Mahashakti. Om Shri Kundalinyai Namah. Salutations to her who is the Kundalini. Om Shri Bisat. Om Shri Bisat Tantu Taniyasi. Salutations to her who is, they say, slender as a lotus stalk.
That means you should not be harsh.
Om Shri Bhavani Namah. Salutations to her who is the mistress of everything that has come into being.
Bhavani. Bhava means to manifest. Whatever is manifest.
Om Shri Bhavana Gamya. Salutations to her who can be
No.
known, gone to by Bhavana. Bhavana
You
is...
must have feelings. If you don't have feelings for me, you won't know me. Rationally, you will not know. Those people who try to know me rationally can never know me. You have to have feelings.
Om Shri Bhavaranya Kuddharika. Salutations to her who cuts away the forest of becoming, the forest of birth.
Forest of
Becoming, Bhavanya, manifestation. How would you
see, if you have to become, there's a big mesh on. And she's the one who cuts that and makes you the spirit.
pure spirit? In other words, who liberates you from delusion.
See, whatever is manifested, is created, is nothing but a forest. And she takes you beyond that.
Om Shri Bhadra Priya. Salutations to her who is lovable because she is so gentle and pleasant.
Bhadra means actually gentleman. See? So she likes people who are gentlemanly. She doesn't like arrogant people, people who have no sense how to behave, ill-mannered, sort of people she doesn't like. See, except for Shiva, who is his own style, you see.
She is very courteous too.
Huh?
When the time arises.
He's very kind, but he's so innocent, so simple. Imagine he comes on a bull. He's not very bhadra, not very gentlemanly to come on a bull, isn't it?
Om Shri Bhadra Murti. Salutations to her who is the form of gentlemanliness.
I mean, she's a lady.
Om Shri
She's ladylike, you can say.
Om Shri Bhakta Saubhagya Dayini. Salutations to her who gives all good things to her bhaktas, to those who love her.
All good things, not bad things. Supposing you ask for a whiskey, I will not.
Om Shri Bhakti Priya Nama. Salutations to her who loves her devotees.
Definitely. You must know this in your heart, that I love all of you very much. Alright? So you won't be diffident at all. I love you, every one of you, much more than you love me.
Then we love ourselves.
So that you love yourself and each other.
Om Shri Bhakti Gamya Nama. Salutations to her who can be approached only through devotion.
Through devotion.
Om Shri Bhakti Vasya Nama.
It's all gone on. You can only control me through bhakti.
Om Shri Bhaya Paha Nama. Salutations to her who dispels fear and anxiety. Om Shri Shambhavi Nama. Salutations.
Say the way how the food has come. Almost 5 now. Where they have done like personal archives. Alright. Shambhavi.
Salutations. Wife of Lord Shiva. Shambhavi. Om Shri Sharadaradhya. Salutations to her who is praised by Sharada Devi.
Sharada is Saraswati.
Om Shri Sharvani Nama. Salutations to her who is the wife of Sharva. Sharva, which is Shiva. Om Shri Sharma Dayini Nama. Salutations to her who gives happiness, bliss. Om Shri Shankari Nama. Salutations to her who is the wife of Shankara,
What is
Lord Shiva. Om Shri Shri Kari Nama. Salutations to her who makes the Holy Ghost act.
that?
Om Shri Sadhvi Nama. Salutations to her who is chaste, who is on the right path, who never does anything wrong.
Yes. Come.
Om Shri Sharad Chandra Nibhanana. Salutations to her whose face, who is beautiful, like the moon of Sharad, which is autumn. Sharad is autumn. Om Shri Shatodari Nama. Salutations to her whose waist is slender.
Shatodari does mean that.
Like that's what this
Shatodari. Shata means
100.
100.
100
She has 100.
waists.
100. Udara means stomachs. See, Udara means the wombs. She has hundreds of wombs. Otherwise, how will I give you birth?
Om Shri Shanti Mati Nama. Salutations to her who possesses or is mistress of peace. Om Shri Niradhara Nama. Salutations to her who is unsupported or who's Om Shri Niranjana Nama. Salutations to her who is unstained. Om Shri Nirlepa Nama. Salutations to her who is detached from everything. Om Shri Nirmala Nama. Salutations to her who is immaculate. Om Shri Nitya Nama. Salutations to her who is eternal. Om Shri Nirakara Nama. Salutations to her who is without form.
What is going to make me laugh?
Om Shri Nirakula Nama. Salutations to her who is unruffled. Om Shri Nirguna Nama. Salutations to her who is beyond the three gunas. Om
You
Shri
should be also unruffled that. There's nothing to be ruffled, it's all a joke going on.
Om Shri Nishkala Nama. Salutations to her who is complete and indivisible, who is without time.
That means completely integrated personality.
Om Shri Shanta Nama. Salutations to her who is peaceful and satisfied with everything. Om Shri Nishkama Nama. Salutations to her who is beyond desire, who has no desires.
That's why I say you must desire.
Om Shri Nirupaplava Nama. Salutations to her who cannot be destroyed. Om Shri Nitya Mukta Nama. Salutations to her who is always liberated, eternally free. Om Shri Nirvikara Nama. Salutations to her who is changeless. Om Shri Nishprapancha Nama. Salutations to her who is beyond the fivefold things, beyond the five elements. Om Shri Nirashraya Nama.
It's
Salutations
purposeless.
purposeless.
Purposeless. Prapanch means purposeless. All the elements are the ones which create the purpose. If the elements are not there, there's no purpose.
Om Shri Nirashraya Nama. Salutations to her who has no abode.
Huh?
Nirashraya, without any abode, without any
That's,
home.
I mean, if you become abode of everyone, how can you have abode? If you become the support of everyone, how can you have any support? Imagine the situation.
Om Shri Nitya Shuddha Nama. Salutation to her who is pure throughout all eternity. Om Shri Nitya Buddha Nama. Salutations to her who is enlightened or awakened throughout all eternity. Om Shri Niravadya Nama. Salutations to her who cannot be attacked or assailed. Om Shri Nirantara Nama. Salutations to her who is undifferentiated. Om Shri Nishkarana Nama. Salutations to her who has no causes, but she is the cause of everything. Om Shri Nishkalanka Nama. Salutations to her who is a faultless, immaculate brilliance. Om Shri Nirupadhi Nama. Nirupadhi Nama.
Nirupadi. Upadi. There's no upadi.
Salutations to her who is Upadhi means what?
It's addition. It's an addition. Any upadi, see, like this are sir, this and this lady, this and this. See, these are all
Attributes.
upadis. This is additions. Which if you are complete, you don't need this.
Attributes.
Attributes.
Om Shri Nir Ishwara Nama. Salutations to her who has no God, i.e. she is supreme. Om Shri Nirava Nama. Salutations to her who has no attachments, no passions. Om Shri Raga Makhani Nama. Salutations to her who destroys these passions and attachments. Om Shri Nirmada Nama.
I mean, if you have passions, how can you destroy passions? But it's so natural, There's nothing special. Nothing special about it. I personally think, but I think they think it's something special.
Om Shri Nirmada Nama. Salutations to her who has no pride. Om Shri Mada Nashini. Salutations to her who destroys pride in others.
Natural.
Om Shri Nishchinta Nama. Salutations to her who has no worries. Om Shri Nirahankara. Salutations to her who has no ego. Om Shri Nirmoha Nama. Salutations to her who is without confusion or delusion. Om Shri Moha Nashini Nama. Salutations to her who destroys these confusions and delusions in people. Om Shri Nirmama Nama. Salutations to her with no sense of mind. That is, who is unselfish. Om Shri Mamata Hantri Nama. Salutations to her who destroys
These are
selfishness.
called as dual names, see. That the first they give the quality, and then what does that quality do? Say, if they say Nirmama, it's a person who doesn't say this is mine, who doesn't feel this is mine, this is mine. Such is the person only, that's the quality. Nirmama quality itself destroys this attachment in you when you say this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. See, like a soap has the quality to cleanse, alright? Soap has to cleanse. Now, nobody cleanses the soap. That's how it is.
Om Shri Nishpapa Nama. Salutations to her without sin. Om Shri Papa Nashini Nama. Salutations to her who therefore destroys sins. Om Shri Nishkrodha Nama. Salutations to her who is without anger. Om Shri Krodhan Shamani Nama. Salutations to her who destroys anger. Om Shri Nirlobha Nama. Salutations to her who has no greed. Om Shri Lobha Nashini Nama. Salutations to her who destroys greed. Om Shri Nisamshaya Nama. Salutations to her who has no doubt
About anything.
about anything. Absolutely certain. Om Shri Samshaya Dhi Nama. Salutations to her who kills the doubts.
See, this is what it is. So if I had doubts, then you would be doubtful also. But you know, Mother has no doubts about things. So when you come near me, your doubts also vanish automatically.
Om Shri Nirbhava Nama. Salutations to her who is unbecome, who has not become anything. Nirbhava.
That's it. Very true.
Om Shri Bhava Nashini Nama. Salutations to her who destroys becoming.
That's wrong. Bhava means whatever is manifested. See, whatever is manifested is bhava. And whatever is manifested is this flesh, this body, this everything. See, so you just get above it, that you deny it. The denial of the flesh as Christ has said. So Bhavanashini means the one who takes you away from this world of illusions, world of manifestation which you think, now this house is mine, that is mine, all these ideas go away. And you become one with the reality.
Om Shri Nirvikalpanama. Salutations to her who has no plans, no mental activities.
Not at all. What to do the mental activity, I don't understand. I sometimes say I think because of Samayachar. To be very frank, I never think. I don't know how to think. The funny machine, you know.
Om Shri-
That's why for you I have more respect and concern, because whatever I have. It's nothing so special, you see. But you are achieving it, so it's something special about it. If you have everything, what is so great? If somebody is achieving it, it's a greater thing, much, much greater.
There's one level, Mataji, which is that we achieve it only because you achieve it.
That's all right. But for that I cannot take any credit because it's automatic. Still, I don't know how to take the credit. You see, that capacity is also not there. So to take a credit, I tried, but I can't. I never feel, you see, sort of very credible about it, that I should take a credit and, I mean, this is my doing. I just don't feel it that way. I don't know how to feel. I mean, there's something missing in the personality. The ignorance is missing. All right.
Om Shri Nirabhathanama. Salutations to her with untroubled, unbound. Om Shri Nirbhedhanama. Salutations to her who is undifferentiated, the primordial bliss. Om Shri Bheda Nashini Nama. Salutations to her who
So
destroys
this is
distinction.
integration and non-integrated. See, when you are integrated, there's no problem, you see, about it. You are integrated. So whatever your body is, it will eat what it is good. Everything is integrated, no problem. There's no quarrel about it. Within yourself, you are at peace. Let others do what they like. Whatever they think about themselves doesn't matter. But as far as you are concerned, you have no problem because you are so integrated. You see, you are supported. There's no left Vishuddhi, feeling guilty business. I don't feel guilty for anything at all. You see, if I scold somebody, all right. I had to scold. I have scolded, finished. I don't sit down and start feeling my left Vishuddhi. I'm completely integrated. Whether I'm in peace or in turmoil or in anger. Turmoil I am never, but I deliberately take anger upon myself because it is deliberate. What is there to feel bad about? Because you get, blown into it. That's why you feel bad. Oh, why I did it? But this I do it deliberately. Then what is there to feel bad?
You assume these things.
Yes, of course. I do.
Om Shri Nirnashanama. Salutations to her who cannot be destroyed, who is without destruction. Om Shri Mrityu Matani Nama. Salutations to her who destroys death.
The other day, I used the mantra of Mrityunjaya. Did you hear that?
Yes.
That is should be used for people who are possessed by symmetry business. See? Now imagine a complete symmetry possesses a man. Then what to say? Is Mrityunjaya.
Victorious over the death.
That you are victorious over the death.
Om Shri Nishkriya Nama. Salutations to her who does nothing.
That's what I say. I don't do anything. I am lazy person.
Om Shri Nishparigraha Nama. Salutations to her who takes nothing.
Yes, who takes nothing. Really, to be very frank, I cannot take. See, that doesn't work out. See, whatever comes to me goes with a double speed backwards.
Om Shri Nistula Nama. Salutations to her who is unequal, who cannot be weighed or raised. Om Shri Nila Chikura Nama. Salutations to her whose hair is dark. Om Shri Nirapaya Nama. Salutations to her who is beyond danger. Om Shri Niratyaya Nama. Salutations to her whom it is impossible to go beyond. Om Shri Durlabha Nama. Salutations to her whom it is difficult to gain, difficult to get. Om Shri Durgama Nama. Salutations to her whom it is difficult to go to. Om Shri Durga Nama. Salutations to her who is the primordial mother who destroyed an asura called Durga. Om Shri Dukha Hantri Nama. Salutations to her who is the remover and destroyer of all sorrows and pains. Om
You know who is Durga? Durga is the one who is that fellow who did Anand Marg.
Acha.
Alright, now give some rice. This is what it is. Now if I take this, it will blossom to thousands. I will take where? See, what is this ritual? What does that mean? That's all. What does that mean? No. Now this is the expression when you do like that, is that now we have making it auspicious with these rice and what you call it? Turmeric. Now the turmeric is a very special thing, which is very auspicious, created by Mother. It's a very auspicious thing. You cannot say why, it is. So mix it up with rice. Rice is also favorite of Mother. And make it auspicious with your hands. You have put it there, by which you say that Mother, this we give it. But actually, to put these akshatas, akshata means this cannot be destroyed. So by doing this, what you are suggesting, that let us detach ourselves from these fruits, which we are giving to our Mother. Alright? We are detached. By that detachment, you develop a detachment within yourself. It's the simple. That is to give something to Mother is something not needed. But when you give it, by that you develop a detachment. That's why you have to. You develop a detachment from that. Of course, you get it back 100 times more back. But that detachment is developed within your heart. And even if you get 1,000-fold more, you are not attached to it. See? Then you become generous, you start giving to others. When you are blessed by the same type of fruits, you don't enjoy it alone. You only enjoy it with others. See, human beings have a capacity to enjoy everything all alone. They can sit down in a room, close the door, and peel out a fruit and eat themselves. I mean, they can do it. Quite capable. Even the crows cannot do it, animals can't do it, but human beings have a capacity. They can do it. I don't know how, it's an impossible situation for me. Impossible. Even to eat food sitting alone is an impossible situation. But to sit down and enjoy yourself alone is possible. By doing this, what you are saying, that we make it auspicious, give it to Mother. By that, you develop a detachment. That whenever you will eat these foods, always share with others. And they will be bountiful when you have to give it to others. Right? So I'll just touch it, alright? That means I've accepted. Be honest. And when you eat these fruits now, you will develop that detachment in your nabi chakra. That you will not hanker after fruits of the season, but you will be satisfied. That is auspiciousness, that you feel satisfied. And what satisfies you more is giving. That's the sign of a realized soul. When you understand the joy of giving, then you are a realized soul. Otherwise you are not. Whichever you think I should eat, I will just strawberry.
I know.
Strawberries are strawberries. You must eat strawberries always with little bit of salt for the throat. And now what are this Puja is done. Now okay? Just promise no size. Ramila has got one right on.
They forgot the other things. They forgot to bring the shawl, so we had to get it out.
Mommy. Your scholarship.
Absolutely true, ma'am.
Absolutely true. Now, as you have done the job of the unmarried girls, let the unmarried girls do this. Come now. Unmarried girls from Brighton. Brighton is a nice place, very few unmarried girls.
Lots of unmarried men.
Huh?
Lots of unmarried men.
Unmarried men. Alright, let unmarried men and unmarried girls. Come on. Unmarried men of Brighton. Only two?
Two girls.
One. Mike, you are supposed to be Brighton fellow. Alright, come along. You will come. You can include Anand if you want. From Shikarpur. And Shonu. Shonu, you can join us, right? Open the side. Devi, that's too much. Who is done? This is too much. See, these are very expensive in England. You should not buy them.
It was good in India, Mother.
What in India?
Yes.
And that you know I will open it now. It's beautiful, isn't it? It has got fans, I think, on what else? Real Bengali saree. That's the blouse piece. It's complete, the blouse piece.
This is very good.
Dangerous.
Now, the bachelors must know which side is right side.
This side.
Yes, correct. This side is right side. Now you bring the sari now. It's a training. Bring it up.
Nice.
How nice.
When is it?
Can you take the photograph all the bachelors and the spinsters? Isn't it? They're called spinster in English or what? Or girls. In India they are called as Kanya.
When I was 4 years old.
Are you not a bachelor?
I am.
You are bachelor. Done now. Right. You made it.
Nice. We brought it from London.
This one is from Brighton. Let's Jeremy put it, the Brighton. Alright? Jeremy.
This is the garden from all Sahajayogas in the world, Mother.
Sorry. Stuff for the arms. Now, come along now. Bachelors have a special privilege today. They are called as Kumaras. Kumar. And the what do you call spinsters are called as so what do you say in English?
It is the word, Mother.
This is the word, but it's used for old women.
Yeah. Mother, it's used only for announcing marriages.
Huh?
It's only used in announcing marriages. Only time it's used in this
it?
country.
when it is the marriage is announced.
Yes, the spinsters of this parish.
I see. So they are called as Kumaris and boys are called as Kumars. think Sanskrit has more decent names, isn't it? It's because they respect the unmarried men and unmarried women very much. Very much respect. It's for arm. Oh, here. That's here. It's too small. Let me make it tight. Must tight, otherwise it doesn't stay. This is for Shri Chakra, or you can say the right, Navi and Shri. All his hands are shaking with vibration. Ah, great. It's a great task you have done. Yes, it is. Just put it down. First time that. Give me that. Come along, tight and properly. Come along. Come along. Tight. Tight. What's that?
This is one for the ankle, mother. For your ankle, I believe, mother. Mother, soon you'll have to manifest your 1,000 arms so that everybody can tie one.
No, when you have done it with these daisies, you have done it. Too much. All right. It's all right now. It's a great job, you know. It's not easy. Only because you are Sahajayogis you can do it. No, it's not easy really. Ask anyone. These flowers in front. These are all Vishnu's flowers. That. Such fragrant. Look at this one. Has such a sahasrara out. See these daisies? See what a beautiful sahasrara they have. See these. Look at this one. Just see all of these. Only the daisy flower have this kind of flower. Have you noticed it? Now you will know why my name is Daisy. See one better than the other. See?
Looks like a honeycomb, mother.
Yes, really.
Where all the bees want to go.
Yeah, that's it. And the fragrance. You should see the fragrance of the daisies. down. It's alright, I think the wife put the sari in such a way. It's Brighton. It's not bad.
Pray to you to be present with this puja. Forgive us whatever we may have done wrong. Please teach us to do your puja correctly.
suggest that all these should be given to the sea here. Flowers can be thrown to the sea.
Mother, may I read a prayer?
Yes, please.
This is a prayer for our collectivity.
Alright, read it loud.
To Shri
Stand
Krishna.
up.
To Shri Krishna. O Krishna, O Lord, O Master, O Father. O Krishna, you are our Lord, our Master and our Father. You are in all things and all things are in you. O Krishna, you are all. We come to you humbly seeking your grace. Be to us on this day as you always are, our merciful and gracious Lord, our kind and benevolent Master, our loving and caring Father. O Krishna, you are all. On this day which you have generously given us, we do your puja, we surrender to you. We surrender to you and never to your enemies. In the battles to come, help us to be courageous, in your name, O Krishna. Keep us as a family, secure in family love, but mindful of our individual duties, in your name, O Krishna. As the flight of 1,000 arrows in battle is united in purpose, each has its own task. Divine arrows are those which cut through all in their way. Om Sakshat Shri Sarvagranti Vivedini Namo Namah. As heaven is your bow, let us be your arrows. Let us fly true and never flinch, in your name, O Krishna. By those great ones who came before you, by those who have come since, and by he who is yet to come, and by our Divine Mother who is incarnate now on this earth, we pledge ourselves to your cause. Help us to be as you want us, in your name, O Krishna. By our Mother's grace, we have glimpsed the kingdom to come. We have been given the precious gift of the realization and actualization of the spiritual self. Om Sakshat Shri Vaishnavi Sacharupa Namo Namah. Help us not to err in the propagation of that divine gift. In your name, O Krishna. O Krishna, we bow to you. We ask you to help us to be strong warriors in the greatest battle, the fight in which good will triumph. Good shall reign eternally. The divine force, the immaculate power will be victorious. In your name, O Lord Krishna, we say this. Om Sakshat Shri Nirmala Shakti, Tvamaham Sharanam Gacchami.
Shri is a very big fight, I must say. To work it out as Shri Krishna. Left to should be big problem. Very sly. Right to should be is another problem. We have to fight here. We got this. So Havan will do after lunch. With Ganesh only.
unfold is easy, but to fold
Give it to the bachelors. Huh?